It's a very funny picture, isn't it? Her face.
Must be over 100 years ago or something.
You're nearly spot on. It was painted in 1891.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've lasted well. How did you do it?
It was a bit of a light bulb moment. I entered a care home on the proviso that I was going to teach people to paint, and what I hadn't been told is that the care home I was going into was a dementia specialist home. So when I got there, I was astounded at the lack of any conversation in the home. It was very silent, so I decided that we needed to get people talking. I'm Rachel Mortimer, and I'm the founder of Engage and Create. People see things that are absolutely incredible that I can't see, and yet they will just start bringing out stuff that is just on a different level. There's something really amazing that happens with people with dementia, that they just notice details that potentially I've missed. And what time of day do you think it is in this picture?
3:13.
Is it really?
I don't know, that's a guess.
You're good at guessing, aren't you? What is all this?
Cheese.
Teeth. Do you know what? I've never seen that before, Margaret. And it could be, couldn't it? Engage and Create is a social enterprise that seeks to improve the quality of life for people living with dementia and those that care for them. So we do that primarily through Ignite sessions, which is a programme of looking and talking about art rather than doing it. The second way is through training in the technique that we use to facilitate those sessions, and that technique can be used in all different areas of caring. And then thirdly, through consultancy, so we work with partners to improve quality of life for people. The sessions really start as soon as I start inviting people to the table to sit round to talk about art. So the invitation process itself is something that gets people up and moving and joining in with a group activity. People will come to the table and maybe they're tired or sleepy, and as soon as I start the introduction to the session, I see people literally sit up, eyes open, focus, and that's why I called them Ignite sessions, because at that point they really do switch on. So Ignite sessions are focused on care homes, and that means people with more moderate to late stage dementia. The statistic is they get 2 minutes of meaningful conversation per day. So when I found that out, it confirmed everything I'd seen. So I wanted to get people talking, and I felt that using something neutral as a stimulus like art was a really good way to get people talking, as there was no right or wrong answer. So we look at famous artworks related to a theme, and we basically have discussions. We show the artworks using an iPad in care homes that don't have a big screen facility, or if they do have cinemas and they're lucky enough to have that, then we can obviously use those cinema screens to actually show the artworks. Many residents have often said to me they've never even been to an art gallery. We want to include everybody and anybody. In fact, I have one lady that comes to sessions because she hates art, or so she tells me. What we talk about often isn't even art, it's maybe something to do with the story around the artwork, the historical context of the artwork, the life of the artist, and actually we have some hilarious and interesting debates. We even had a funny discussion the other day all about brothels, so there's no subject matter that we won't cover. The outcome we want is getting people feeling good, and the art is a tool to do that. I wonder what the people in this painting are doing. Not
as well.
Got hands on their waist. Are they dancing then?
They are absolutely dancing. Can you see that, Betty?
Yeah. One immediately thinks of dance palaces.
Absolutely.
Like I used to go to.
Did you?
Oh, every night.
Did you really?
Every night?
Yeah, every night I was out dancing. At the door of the Regent, they used to stand and wait for girls to come in and say, "Do you want to dance?" And you say yes. Right, come with me, and there you are. You've got a fella for the night, if you like, to dance with.
Yeah.
It used to be dancing, no messing, no messing about.
No, just
But
dancing.
You just dance.
Yeah,
It was lovely.
well, I think it was a bit like that in the, what would it be, 50s?
Yeah.
50s. Oh, I loved it. It was wonderful. I was never taught.
Were you not?
No.
Well,
but
how
I
did
just,
you know?
I picked it up.
You never went to a dancing class?
No, we don't do things like that. I used to go in and somebody'd say, would you like to have a dance? And I'd say yes. Right, you were there and he was clutching you and you were clutching him and you were off. The Regent, that was.
Oh, here in Brighton?
Yes. Oh, that was the place.
I don't even know where that was. Where was that? Near the seafront?
Yes, right near here somewhere.
Well, this painting was actually done in 1891. You're right, absolutely, it's dancing. And this was a very specific dance hall in Paris. I believe the can was done there on many occasions.
Yes, because it was very, very, very naughty, really, you see.
The can girls were in the Moulin Rouge. So this
no
was
nice
Moulin.
girls were in the can.
I should think probably not. No,
No,
not
they
back
weren't.
then. There's something really amazing that happens during Ignite sessions, which is, I call it the kind of unconscious understanding, that actually everybody allows the other person to have their own space and to actually have time to speak. Pretty much 100% of the time after a session, I leave them and they carry on talking amongst themselves. It's something I don't see very often in care homes, that people living with dementia actually talk to each other. Obviously, one of the main issues around dementia is initiating things, so initiating conversation can be very hard. So it's a great way to start people talking, and we leave them with a cup of tea and they carry on talking. And often it's not necessarily that they remember what they've just been doing, but they've got the feeling of knowing that they've done something really proactive and they're really happy and engaged. Some people obviously have aphasia or these various communication difficulties, and for a lot of people at the later stages they may have no words at all, but only 7% of communication is verbal. So there's a lot we can do by observing their body language, tone of their voice, any actions that they're mimicking. Everybody, however quiet, however advanced their dementia appears, everybody has something to say, and we just need to give people the opportunity to speak and be heard and understood. That's why I think the Ignite sessions have so much potential. It's not just for people who are still active and have just had a diagnosis of dementia. I think they work on every different level, and it's just the way you facilitate them that is the key. I've done this not only in care homes but at the end of life as well, and it's equally powerful and is equally effective. So we always tend to underestimate people with dementia, and I think actually they have a lot to offer, and we've had some great debates and discussions, and I want to encourage other people to do the same. So I just wonder, this lady here with her rather revealing dress on, what kind of person she might be?
Trollop.
A trollop, did you say?
What does a trollop mean?
Well, a trollop's a woman of not very nice.
Sexual.
Oh, really?
Sort of people
I don't think
like
you'd
them.
find a lady doing that sort of thing.
They're called trollops.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
word, that's a brilliant...
trollops. It is, it's lovely. I like it. I like that word.